Genesis chapter 3, Beresheet, Perek Gimel. והנחש היה ערום מכל חיית השדה, אשר עשה אדוני אלוהים. ויאמר אל האישה, אף כי אמר אלוהים, לא תאכלו מכל עץ הגן. Now the serpent was cunning more than all the beasts of the field that the Lord God had made. And it said to the woman, did God indeed say, you shall not eat of any of the trees of the garden? ותאמר האישה אל הנחש, מפרי עץ הגן נאכל. And the woman said to the serpent, of the fruit of the trees of the garden we may eat. ומפרי העץ אשר בתוך הגן, אמר אלוהים, לא תאכלו ממנו, ולא תיגעו בו, פן תמותון. But of the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, God said, you shall not eat of it, and you shall not touch it, lest you die. ויאמר הנחש אל האישה, לא מות תמותון. And the serpent said to the woman, you will surely not die. כי יודע אלוהים, כי ביום אכלכם ממנו, ונפקחו עיניכם, והייתם כאלוהים, יודע טוב ורע. For God knows that on the day that you eat thereof, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like angels, knowing good and evil. They translate here angels, but it could also mean like God. Ke Elohim. Elohim means God, but it can also mean angels or even human beings at times, in the case of judges. But in this case, it can be translated as God, or as they translated here angels, but I've always seen it as God. So the serpent said, you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Makes more sense, actually, to me. But anyway, ותראה האישה כי טוב העץ למאכל וכי תאווה הוא לעיניים ונחמד העץ להשכיל ותיקח מפריו ותאכל ותיתן גם לאישה עמה ויאכל. And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was a delight to the eyes, and the tree was desirable to make one wise. So she took of its fruit, and she ate, and she gave also to her husband with her, and he ate. ותפקחנה עיני שניהם, וידעו כי ערומים הם, ויתפרו עלי תאנה, ויעשו להם חגורות. And the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves and made themselves girdles. וישמעו את קול אדוני אלוהים מתהלך בגן לרוח היום. ויתחבא האדם ואשתו מפני אדוני אלוהים בתוך העץ הגן. And they heard the voice of the Lord God going in the garden. They translate the translation here. I think I'll vary it because they translate it differently than many places. They translate, this is the Chabad translation, they say going in the garden, but mithalech actually means walking. Holech. Ani holech berachov. I'm walking on the street. Generally, but I suppose it could be translated going in a more general sense. But literally, holech means to walk. Going in the garden, that's how they translate it. So walking, here they translate it differently. I don't know where they get this. L'ruach hayom, to the direction of the sun. That doesn't make any sense. So ruach hayom, some translate it in the cool of the day, or the wind of the day, which also is sort of ambiguous. What does it mean, the wind of the day? Many translations say to the cool of the day, because wind can make things cool. And what's being implied there is beyond probably the scope of this reading for now, but for much deeper study in depth. But l'ruach hayom, vayitchabeh adam ve'ishto mipnei Adonai Elohim b'toch etz hagan. And the man, so one translation is direction of the sun, and another is to the cool of the day. And the man and his wife hid from before the Lord God in the midst of the trees of the garden. But they say trees, but it doesn't say trees, it says tree. B'toch eitz hagan, in the midst of the tree. It's also very hid in the tree. Wow. Vayikra Adonai Elohim el ha'adam vayomer lo ayeka. And the Lord God called to the man, and he said to him, where are you? Vayomer et kolcha shemati bagan va'ira ki erom anochi va'echabe. And he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I am naked, so I hid. Vayomer mi higid lecha ki erom ata hamin ha'etz asher tziviticha levilti achal mimenu achalta. And he said, who told you that you are naked? Who told you that you are naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you not to eat? Vayomer ha'adam ha'isha asher natata imadi hi natna li min ha'etz va'ochel. And the man said, the woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, so I ate. Vayomer Adonai Elohim la'isha. Ma zot asita? Vatomer ha'isha hanachash hisi'ani va'ochel. And the Lord God said to the woman, what is this that you have done? And the woman said, the serpent enticed me, and I ate. Vayomer Adonai Elohim el hanachash, ki asita zot, arurata mikol habehema umikol chayat hasadeh. Al gechoncha telech ve'afar tochal kol yimei chayecha. And the Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this, cursed be you more than all the cattle and more than all the beasts of the field. You shall walk. You see, there's that word again. And they translate it here, walk, telech. When it said that God was walking in the garden, it says holech. And the word telech, here they translate it correctly as walking. Telech al gechoncha telech ve'afar tochal kol yimei chayecha. You shall walk on your belly, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. Ve'eva ashit beincha ubein ha'isha, ubein zaracha ubein zarah. Hu yashuv charosh, ve'ata tishufenu akev. And I shall place hatred between you and between the woman, and between your seed and between her seed. He will crush your head, and you will bite his heel. El ha'isha amar, harba arbe itzvonech, veheronech be'etzev teldi banim, ve'el ishech teshukatech, vehu yimshal bach. To the woman he said, I shall surely increase your sorrow and your pregnancy. In pain you shall bear children, and to your husband will be your desire, and he will rule over you. Ule Adam amar, ki shamata lekol ishdecha, vatochal min ha'etz, asher tziviticha lemor, lo tochal mimenu, arura ha'adama ba'avurecha, be'itzavon tochalena kol yimei chayecha. And to man he said, because you listened to your wife, and you ate from the tree from which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it. Cursed be the ground for your sake. With toil shall you eat of it all the days of your life. V'kotz v'dardar tatzmiach lach, v'achalta et esev hasadeh. And it will cause thorns and thistles to grow for you, and you shall eat the herbs of the field. B'zeat apecha tochal lechem, ad shuvcha el ha'adama, ki mimena lukachta, ki afar ata, ve'el afar tashuv. With the sweat of your face, or the sweat of your brow, you shall eat bread, until you return to the ground. For you were taken therefrom, for dust you are, and to dust you will return. Vayikra Adam Shem Ishto Chava, ki hi hayta em kol chai. And the man named his wife Eve, or Chava, because she was the mother of all life. Vaya'as Adonai Elohim le'adam u'ishto kot not or vayalbishem. And the Lord God made for Adam and for his wife shirts of skin, or garments of skin, and he dressed them. Vayomer Adonai Elohim, hen ha'adam haya ki achad mimenu. Lada'at tov v'ra, ve'ata hen yishlach yado, ve'lakach gam me'etz ha'chayim, ve'achal v'chai le'olam. Now the Lord God said, behold, the man has become like one of us, having the ability of knowing good and evil. And now, lest he stretch forth his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever. Vayishalchehu Adonai Elohim migan Eden le'avod et ha'adama asher lukach misham. And the Lord God sent him out of the Garden of Eden to till the soil whence he had been taken. ויגרש את האדם וישכן מקדם לגן עדן את הקירובים ואת להט החרב המתהפכת לשמור את דרך עץ החיים. And he drove the man out, and he stationed from the east of the Garden of Eden the cherubim and the blade of the revolving sword to guard the way to the tree of life.